Good day and welcome to your VIDHS. My name is Ryan Nugent. I am the Director of Communications for the U.S. Virgin Islands Department of Human Services. This podcast is dedicated to learning about the 84 programs that consist of the U.S. Department of Human Services. We have some exciting programs, we have some serious programs, and we have some programs that we think you should learn about because you might be interested in them. Two of them, or three of them, are going to be featured today with our members from the Division of Senior Citizen Affairs. Today I am joined by Cindy Rollins-Williams, Director of the Senior Community Service Employment Program, and Ms. Joy Johnson, Director of the Foster Grandparents Program and the Retired Senior Volunteer Program. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
I ain't going to be in these programs no time soon, okay? But I know a lot of folks out there who are very interested. One of the things that we get phone calls a lot about is these three programs. It seems that after seniors put in 30 years in the government or wherever they are getting bored and they want things to do, right? So we are going to learn in the Virgin Islands what those things are, and then I could take these back to my grandmother because she wanted to know about a lot of the things. Let's talk a little bit about SCSEP. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Williams, talk to us a little bit about what is SCSEP?
SCSEP is an acronym for the Senior Community Service Employment Program. We are a VI Department of Labor program operating under the umbrella of Human Services.
Yes.
And so we have that connection with labor, and we are a work-based program.
That's very good. That's very good. And what is the goal of the program?
The goal of the program is to assist seniors who want to re-enter the workforce or basically find a job.
Why would you want to re-enter the workforce?
Well, that's a very good question.
Yes.
Because some of our seniors don't have enough time for Social Security in the quarters.
Yes.
And CSEP can assist with that also.
That's right. That's right.
And also some of them are retired, but they're bored home and they want to make a difference in the community.
Yes.
So they want to basically volunteer out in the community, but the stipend is,
the stipend helps.
Enticing.
They want to be in thing, but the stipend helps. The stipend works.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Johnson, let's talk a little bit about let's talk about the Retired Senior Volunteer Program, because I want people to know the difference between SCSEP and the RSVP program.
Okay, the RSVP program is completely a volunteer-based program. We do offer reimbursement. We don't have a stipend. So if you come on the program, it's basically we give you $3 for every day that you volunteer and $3 for your meal. We're paying essentially for your transportation.
That's good. Oh, I know lots of people who would be interested in that
yes.
too.
So basically, it's a program that you want to give back to the community. And we work with primarily nonprofit organizations, programs that help the community. And that's primarily what the RSVP program does, like the hospitals. We do a lot of emergency management, those types of agencies.
Good. Now, what is the Foster Grandparents Program?
Okay. The foster grandparent has nothing to do with fostering children.
Oh, yes. Let's put that out there.
Yes, definitely want to make that clear.
The Department of Human Services Child Care Division does run the foster care program, but this is the Foster Grandparents Program. So don't believe in your picnic with them and check it out. Never talk to me.
Right. Basically, we have seniors come into our school programs, primarily daycare.
Okay.
VIDHS has a Head Start program.
Yes.
We work with daycares. We work with elementary school up to junior high schools. And the seniors come in and they act in the role as grandparents to the child. Unfortunately, in our community, a lot of children don't receive that one-on-one care. So our grandparents help socialize the child, help with their homework, help them understand that they're important, reading, writing, math, that sort of stuff. They spend time with the child. We primarily focus on children that are special needs, so they get that one-on-one care.
Let's jump back to SCSEP, and then we'll make, this is a twofer question for both of you. Criteria First, let's talk about SCSEP. What's the criteria to get into that program?
Well, the criteria is based on your age. You have to be 55 years or older. Your income. For example, your income should not be over $18,000 if you're a single person. So we deal with low-income individuals. And your willingness to do what the program requires.
And what is that exactly?
Such as job search.
Okay,
since you
yes.
are looking
Yes,
for work.
yes.
You know, and also classroom training, because
Okay.
we have to address your barriers.
Yes.
And sometimes you have to participate in maybe a computer class, adult literacy, etc.
Right.
And those are some of the criteria we require for you to be prepared to be transition into unsubsidized employment.
I want my producers, Toby, when I do it like this, put CSEP and now move it over to RSVP, FCP. What is the criteria for those programs?
Okay. Well, we have two separate bases.
Right.
For the foster grandparent, because you're going into the school systems and you're working with children, we require you to have extensive background checks. I don't want people to be put off by that. But we do fingerprinting, and then we do a background check, which is pretty extensive. So if you don't think that you can pass a background check, thank you for your interest, but unfortunately, that program wouldn't be for you.
Right.
RSVP, we do fingerprinting. The criteria differs for both programs as well. For foster grandparent, there is an economic threshold. Individual has to make between 15 to 18,000. If you make over that, we cannot have you on the program. A married couple has to be under 35,000.
Okay.
For RSVP, because it doesn't have the same criteria, we don't look at your income for RSVP.
Okay,
Because
yes.
it's a full volunteer program.
Full volunteer program.
Yes.
I want to jump to you quick.
Okay.
For the RSVP program, what type of places do you have these seniors
For
working in?
RSVP, we primarily work with in the schools.
Okay.
Red Cross, because we do a lot of
Volunteer, yeah,
the
absolutely.
emergency management,
Yes.
emergency preparedness. So we have an extensive association with the Red Cross. We also do, currently we're trying to place in the hospital system, because a lot of seniors are in the hospital, they're not being visited.
Right.
So we are working for our participants to offer companionship.
That's
Yes,
great.
yes.
Oh, wow. DHS is doing big things. That's
Yes.
good. When that launches, you let me know, because
Okay.
I think that's an excellent idea. How long can a client be on CSEP?
A CSEP client can be on the program up to 4 years.
4 years.
But the average participation time is 27 months.
Okay.
And we try to get them to come off within that 27-month period, because if they are able to come off into employment or unsubsidized placement, if they lose their job at no fault of their own, they can always come back on us because come back with us because they have more time.
Right. Yes.
If they wait until the full 4 years, it's a lifetime, and they cannot come back on.
Okay.
So we try to get them off in that durational period, and then they could just come back on if they need.
Let me talk about that component as well, as far as CSEP actually leading to employment. That is a part of the program as well.
Yes, it is.
So you come in there, you get the subsidized skills that we give you, the training, and then you could go ahead and have a job, a whole other job off of us.
Correct. We try to get you to transition off. And for us, if you get a job, we are hooray, hooray, because some people that think, I got a job, and they're like, they're so sad. Like, I'm sorry. I'm like, yay, we're like, yay! You know, that's the goal.
Do they have to pay us the stipend back once they get a job? Or?
No, once they get a
What?
job,
No, but-
once you get the job,
You walk in Hess now, you can't. You walk in line,
we stop that. You're turning your last time sheet,
Yes.
and then you transition over
Excellent.
out into employment.
Excellent. So
And
it's
we are your cheerleaders.
Yeah, and definitely, and you got some beautiful cheerleaders too. So it's never too late for new opportunities. I am so glad we're talking to both of you all today. Let me ask, what work sites can they participate at? or
For the
volunteer
CSEP
at?
program?
Yes.
Yes, they work with government agencies, nonprofit organizations.
Okay, good.
But we also have another leg of our program that works with the business community. And that is called our OJE, on-the-job experience.
Yes.
And that helps, they are trained for up to 4 weeks while we pay the stipend, but it
Yes.
has to be a promise for pay or hire
Yeah.
once they are to promise to hire the client. And every week we follow up with them to make sure everything is going good. And at the end of the 4 weeks, the business will hire them. So we pay for training and they are transitioned into employment.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Let me talk a little bit more about the foster grandparents. Is there a way how can they contact our department to find out how they can be involved in this
Well,
program?
our programs are part of the SCA division on the website.
Yes.
And they can go up there and download the application, or they can come to the office in St. Thomas. It's Hospital Ground. And in the SCA division, we have the application for FGP as well as RSVP. And here on St. Croix, they can come to the offices at Mars Hill.
That's excellent. That's wonderful. And for the RSVP program, of course,
Yes.
the same thing. And just one more thing. Let me talk about the underlying benefits to the community of both of your programs. How do we benefit as a whole? And I know we do, but can you explain it for us?
It's a two-part benefit system. I look at it that way because I have found a lot of our seniors, unfortunately, it's a great time when you first retire, but as the time progresses, a lot of people need a purpose.
Yes.
To get up in the morning, to have activity, to do something. And not only that, it's a drain to our society when you have individuals that have education and an extreme work ethic that you just let that go to waste.
It is.
So our program harnesses that, as well as CSEP.
Yes.
And I can't even begin to tell you how our seniors benefit emotionally, health-wise, by the association with the children. I've had stories where, because we have some participants that work with the senior centers and work with the children, and the love and appreciation they get from the children and the other seniors that they encounter.
Yes.
We have studies that shows it helps their health. It helps their mindset. Because the first thing that happens to an individual when they don't have that encounter is dementia starts to set in,
Right.
Alzheimer's, the loneliness starts to erode at the person's personality.
Yes.
So it offsets all of that.
It must. It
Yes.
must.
And our community gets that
Yes.
back. And it's just a win-win situation for everybody.
If you are home and you're watching this episode, make sure you grab an elder close to you and let them see some of the numbers that we're putting up, some of the information that we are providing. Let's talk a little bit quick on how we can get involved with CSEP.
How you can get involved with CSEP, you can also, for us, come at the DHS offices and you can get an application packet. And once they return that back in, we will call for an interview and, orientation, etc. But as Ms. Johnson was saying regarding our community participation, I must say in this light, we kind of work together in the same thing, because
Right.
I will say I second what she says.
Yes.
But I can't. Ms. Johnson also worked with CSEP too before.
I did.
So she really understands our program. But I myself, since we also go out within the community, I have seen the foster grandparents, clients, assisting and sitting and giving them the one-on-one support. And also, like, let's say from 3rd grade, you're getting algebra. They help them to understand
Yes.
what they need to do, and they give them confidence in the classroom.
Yes.
Now, CSEP, of course, our clients, they are basically assisting the community in many different ways. And for example, we kind of the DHS staff. We are in maintenance.
Yes. Yes.
We are in almost all offices, so we provide services because there's such a process for hiring
Yes.
staff, and sometimes they're not funded. Positions are not funded, so the CSEP are able to assist because they are not per se functioning in a position.
Yes.
But they are assisting as needed.
Hey, listen.
So the community benefit overall.
if there's not more than 700 of us at DHS, then we're not functioning. So we're going to take all personnel we can as possible, okay?
All
and
hands on board.
we get first dibs on RSVP. And all of the, yes, we get first dibs on CSEP clients as well. Yeah, we get the first dibs. Then I can have them. We get the
Yes,
seniors
and
first.
it's a pleasure to have them.
It definitely is. I want to thank you two so much for this great episode. I think it is very informative. And, you know, when we reach our times of twilight, I like to call them, it's nowhere near over. It's just beginning for a lot of people, you know. And you should check out these 3 programs: the Senior Community Service Employment Program, the Foster Grandparents Program, and the Retired Senior Volunteer Program. All 3 are different in their ways, as we've explained, but they all can help you reach unlimited potential even in your older years. Ladies, Ed, would you like to close with anything? I'll give you first, Ms.
Well, I would like to say, age is an asset, experience a benefit. Hire a senior today or become a CSEP participant today.
Thank you. Ms. Williams.
Wow. I don't know if I could beat that slogan. Okay, thank you very much for that.
I'm stealing that, by the way.
I
But
know, right? I would just want to let seniors understand that they are worth every minute that they can give back to the community, and they're appreciated and loved. And we are here for them.
yes, and we are here for you. Thank you all so much for joining us today on this edition of Your VIDHS. We hope to see you soon. Thank you all for watching. Take care.